Hey guys, so for today's video, I thought that we can sit down and I can show you guys my 4 tattoos and my 15 piercings, if I'm counting right. I mentioned in a few videos back in my Get to Know Me tag, if you have not seen that already, I will link that one down below if you guys are interested in checking it out, that I have 4 tattoos and 15 piercings. And you're probably saying to yourself, where do you put 15 piercings? Well, I'm going to tell you. And I'm also going to show you guys each of my tattoos and tell you a little bit about them. Before we get into this, if you guys have not done so already, please subscribe down below. It's that little red button. And if you want to be notified every time I post a video, hit the little bell next to that as well. That will give you guys updates as to when I post. So now that we said that, let's get into it. So the first tattoo I got on my 18th birthday, my stepmom took me. I'm gonna go through tattoos first just because that's quicker, and I'm gonna go in the order that I got them. So my first tattoo I got when I was 18 and my stepmom took me. It is this one right here on my arm. It is Roman numerals, and it actually is the day my dad passed away. I mentioned in one of my first few videos that I do have 2 moms, biological and a stepmom, and yes, they are married, and that my dad passed away. So of course my first tattoo, I had to get something for him, and I got the day he passed away. I know that might sound a little weird, like why didn't you get his birthday or anything like that, and my thought process was a little messed up. My dad's birthday is April Fool's Day, and in my head I was like, I don't want a holiday or anything on my arm. Well, my dad passed away on the 4th of July. So I wound up with a holiday on my arm anyway, and I didn't really think of that until after the fact. It is his favorite holiday, so that makes me feel a little bit better about having the 4th of July on my arm. But yes, this was my first tattoo. For pain, it being my first tattoo, and I guess the place it was in, like it really wasn't painful at all. I was like all worked up that it was going to be so extremely painful because everyone tells you like tattoos are painful, but it really wasn't that bad. I instantly was hooked and knew I wanted more. So a year after that is when I got my next 3 tattoos, and I went within like 3 weeks of each other. Yeah, I got 3 in a really short period of time, and I haven't gotten one since then. So I am going with my sister in just a few days to get another tattoo, and I'm so excited because I'm like itching for one. But yeah, I got 3 tattoos in like 3 weeks. So the next one I got, it's gonna be a little awkward to show you guys, but I got this one right here. It's a little wave on my ankle. I went with my boyfriend. At the time we weren't dating. We actually were on a break, but we met up for my birthday, and I was telling him how I really wanted another tattoo. And he was like, okay, like, let's go. Let's go get another tattoo. Like, you want one, I want one, like, let's just go. So I got that wave on my foot. No particular reason. I kind of just really liked it. And that one definitely was the most painful one I got. I just think the location, like the inside of your foot, is really sensitive, so it was extremely painful. So that's my second tattoo. My third tattoo I have on the back of my ankle. It's gonna be a little awkward to show you guys, but let's see. Right there. Oh, my feet are disgusting. I will link my Instagram down below. I have better pictures of all these tattoos, so if you guys want to see more clear photos of all the tattoos, I will link my Instagram down below so you guys can check those out. My third tattoo I got is a rose on my ankle, and I got that one with my sister and for my sister. So I also mentioned that my sister moved down to Florida around 3 years ago, so her first time back to New York since she moved was for the holidays, and we went to go get tattoos together, and I got a rose for her. Her name is Deanna Rose, so that's why I got a rose. I actually had the flu when I went to get this tattoo, and I didn't know I had the flu. I was laying on the table like sweating, thinking I was like all worked up about this tattoo. Turns out I had 101 degree fever and I had the flu, so. But yeah, that one didn't hurt at all. I almost fell asleep on the table. I don't know if it was because I was so sick I wasn't thinking about the pain, but that one really wasn't a bad one at all. And then the last tattoo I have is this one on the back of my arm. My little friend right here. It is a bird. This one I went to get with my stepmom and my mom. My stepmom's friend actually tattooed this on me, and this was my least painful tattoo. Even though it is the most like intricate and largest piece of my body, it did not hurt at all. He was an amazing tattoo artist. It was extremely quick and extremely painless. So that is that. Also, no particular reason really why I have a bird on my arm. I just liked it. I liked this picture. I thought it was beautiful. So yeah, I have this bird back here. And like I said, I have pictures on my Instagram if you want to see a more close-up detailed picture. So those are my 4 tattoos. Ran through really quickly. Also, I'm extremely thirsty, don't mind me. So yeah, I am going with my sister in a few days to get another one. That one is of course a secret, and if you want to see what I get and where I get it, you'll have to stay tuned for that vlog. I think it'll be up after this video, so I will link it down below once it is live, or you could subscribe so you'll see it when it's uploaded. But yes, we are going to get tattoos in about, what's today? About 3 or 4 days, and I'm super excited. I need another one. It's been way too long since I've gotten one. So anyway, let's move on to my piercings. I'm trying to keep this video short and sweet, so let's keep it rolling. So I have my first and my second hole on each ear. I got my first hole when I probably was like 3 months old, and my second hole when I was probably in like 5th grade. So my first non-lobe piercing that I got was my cartilage on this ear. This is not the exact one because I did take it out when I played softball and it did close, so I got it re-pierced years later. But yes, I had my cartilage pierced when I probably was in like 7th grade, and I actually passed out getting it pierced, or after I got it pierced. Me and my sister, my mom went, I forget what my sister got, but we were leaving the tattoo parlor. It was like a tattoo piercing place, and I actually blacked out, passed out, walking to the car, and I had to be carried to the car. So after that, my mom was a little hesitant to take me to get piercings. But when I was probably like 14 or 15, that's when I got my belly button pierced. I just have this like plain white diamond one in now, but when I got it pierced with like green gems, because green was my favorite color at the time. This one, not really painful. I thought it was going to be really painful, but it wasn't. It did bleed a lot. Cartilage, of course, at the time was painful. I passed out from it. And then when I turned 16, I begged my mom and she took me to get my nose pierced. She was not about it. She did not want me to get my nose pierced. She really was fighting me on it, and all my friends at the time were getting their nose pierced. So I was like, please, please, I really need it. Like, everyone's getting it. I really want it. Like, please. Finally, she gave in. I had to pay for it all, and but she took me and I got my nose pierced. So that makes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that's 7. Then when I turned 18 and I was able to go get piercings on my own, I kind of went a little crazy. I think the first one I got after I turned 18 was my nipples, if I'm not mistaken. I went, I think, on my 18th birthday. Funny story. Let's just set the scene for a second. I mentioned in my Get to Know Me video also that I dated the foreign exchange student for a hot second. And this is gonna sound so weird. I basically took the kid with me to get my nipples pierced. We weren't boyfriend and girlfriend, and he was from Germany. And in my mind, I was like, hey, he's in America for a short period of time. Let's take him to something that he won't forget. So on my 18th birthday, my friend Casey had her license, and she drove me and the foreign exchange student to the tattoo and piercing place where I got my nose pierced. And yes, I have both my nipples pierced. My moms know about it, but sorry to any family who stumble upon this video. Anyway, that makes 7, 8, 9. Then after that, I think the next thing I got was my tragus. That is this piece on this like little piece of ear here. This one I went and I got on Friday the 13th. Oh, also my nipples weren't that painful. The second one's worse than the first one because you're like adrenaline wears off, but they really weren't that bad. I definitely thought they were gonna be a lot worse, but they weren't that bad. Then on Friday the 13th, I got my tragus pierced. Me and my best friend Casey went, and we got those together. We both got the same thing. It wasn't really that painful. It was kind of gross, the noise it makes, and the pressure hurt a little bit, but it wasn't that bad at all. Then I think the next one I got was my impulse piercing. Talked about this in my Get to Know Me also, and that is my tongue piercing. This was completely impulsive, like random as hell. I just went with my friends. We had nothing to do. I was like, let's go get something pierced. Y'all's choice. They said, get your tongue pierced. And I was like, bet, I will. So we went and I got my tongue pierced. And This has to be top 2 most painful piercings I got. I have a really short tongue and I'm slightly tongue-tied, so I can't stick my tongue out that far. And so the guy had like the clamp on my tongue and he was like pulling it out and it hurt so bad. But I did it. I survived. It did get infected for a hot minute and I thought I was going to have to take it out. I ate things that they said not to eat and I didn't really listen to the cleaning regimen. Take home message of this video with piercings: clean your piercings, take care of them. So yeah, my tongue was really bad. I got really sick from it. My body rejected it, but I kept it in and I pushed through the pain and I have no regrets. This is something that's not going to stay in very long. I always tell my boyfriend and my family, once I get engaged, it's coming out. That's when it's time to grow up and to take it out. So that is number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Then, in no particular order, the next few that I got on my ears, I don't really remember the order that I got them in, so I'm just going to run through them really quickly. So then I also have the conch, which is like inside your ear here, if you can see. That one, not painful at all. I just Googled cool ear piercings. I wanted something cool, and I went, and my boyfriend took me, and I got that one. Then I also have my mid on this side. My boyfriend also took me to get this one. Wasn't painful because it's still kind of like earlobe, if you know what I mean. It's not like cartilage, so it was super painless. Didn't give me any trouble hearing. Healing. Wasn't really hard to heal. Then I got my cartilage re-pierced on this side and no regrets again. Wasn't really painful. That makes 11, 12, 13, 14. And last but not least, number 15 is my most recent piercing. I also talked about this in my Get to Know Me video, and this was the most painful piercing that I got. Again, I went on Friday the 13th for $13 piercings, and I got my daith in here. I got it because I do have really bad migraines, and I heard that the daith is really good for helping with migraines. So in my head, I was like, hey, it's worth a try. I want to get something pierced. Let's get my daith. Place I went to was not the best place. She was not the nicest piercer. So she was extremely rough. I feel like that's why it's giving me so much trouble. I got this one about 8 months ago and it is not healed yet. I know they say 6 months to a year, but it is so painful. I can't sleep on that side. I'm constantly trying new things to clean it. I have hypertrophic scarring on it. It's just not a nice, like, healthy piercing. Like, all my other piercings besides my tongue healed relatively quickly and relatively easily, without much pain or a long drawn out process. But my daith is giving me a run for my money. It is super painful, and I always say if by the year mark, I got it in April, I think. By the year mark, if it's not healed, it's not any better. She's getting taken out and retired, and I'm moving on with my life. So yes, that's all my tattoos and all my piercings. 4 tattoos, 15 piercings, a new addition to the tattoos coming soon, so stay tuned for that video. If you guys enjoy this, please give it a thumbs up. If you have any questions about any of my piercings or anything like that, let me know down below. I will tell you guys basically anything you guys want to know. If you guys want to know more in depth about the process or the story of any one of these piercings or tattoos, also leave that down below. Like I said earlier in this video, if you haven't done so already, subscribe to me. I appreciate it always. And yeah, with all that being said, I hope you guys are having an amazing day, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys.